Hey, what's up everyone? It's Ryan with My Listing Club. In this video, I'm going to show you some new resources that are going to come from the upcoming Canvas starter site. This has to do with all things pricing, whether it's the front-facing pricing page, the add listing page, or the submit form. So let's go ahead and dive in. This is going to be a fun one. There's lots to get into. These resources are available right now on the My Listing Club website. So it's mylisting.club. Click on menu at the top, go to resources, scroll down and sort by CSS Packages and Templates. These top 6 ones here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all have to do with this video, okay? To get started, we're gonna go look at the build notes for the Canvas starter site. To get to that, we're gonna go back to the home page, click on this My Listing Starter Sites card, click on Explore, click on Canvas, scroll down to the build notes section. This is essentially a real-time journal of how I am building this starter site. This is really great for customers to learn what I've done, how I've done it. It's a great reference for them. So I'm going to reference it myself here in this video. So the very first thing we're going to look at is the pricing page. Okay, got a little bit of reading to do, so bear with me. I like to build custom front-facing pricing pages so my listing website users can see the costs of adding a listing immediately without going through the add listing flow, i.e. add listing page and submit form. So if we look at a demo, so here's the main My Listing demo. There's no pricing page. So the only way that someone can find out about pricing is if they know to click the add listing CTA up here. Not good. So I see this on a ton of My Listing websites. If you think about it, when you go to a website and you need to potentially purchase something, you don't want to wait to find out the pricing, later on. You want to find out about it from the start, right? That's typically how our mind works. So I advocate for putting a front-facing pricing page on every site, literally, that has like pricing involved, right? All right. So let's look at the demo. While we're on the demo, let's go ahead and click Add a Listing, and let's bring up the demo pricing pages. We're going to reference this here, okay? All right, so let me continue on here. Rather than design custom pricing tables, I use the built-in 27 package selection Elementor widget to get a jump start on the tables. This is a widget that is included with the theme, with the free version of Elementor. It's in there. So I just add that in and I apply CSS, which we're going to get into shortly. This has the added benefit of producing tables that look identical to those found within the add listing flow. So what I mean by that is I'm going to show you the front-facing custom pricing page and then the add listing page. The pages and the tables are going to look identical to each other because we're using that same widget. Okay. And then leveraging the power of WP Codebox, I've set Canvas up so users can easily assign a unique separate design between the elements that are part of the add listing flow. So whether it's the front-facing pricing page, the add listing page, or the submit form, they can all now be customized different. This is new as of Canvas. I've set this up this way for the very first time. In the past with, it'd be like a commingling of pages were involved in a CSS package, but now it's all separated out thanks to the power of WP Codebox, okay? So let's look now at, this is the front-facing pricing page of Canvas. The top up here those are headings. If you've ever built anything with Elementor, it's just headings. It's not that complicated. That's where that comes from. There is a CSS wrapper on this that is going to pull in your accent color from your theme options, which we're going to see in a bit. This next part here is the My Listing Club's pricing switcher, which is an add-on that you can get. It's also included for no additional cost in the starter sites, but that's where that comes from. Okay, just wanted to clarify where that comes from. Then this is the meat and potatoes of the CSS package involved here. It's designing these tables. So we're taking essentially like the theme here, the demo, right? And we're applying CSS to it to make it look like this. Now, there are some elements that come into play that aid in the design of the actual contents of these cards here that you see. And let's get into what that is here. So scrolling down, let's look at what this page is also made up of. So again, nearly identical pricing pages, which you'll see when I show you the add listing page between the pricing and the add listing page. 4-column pricing table layout. So those 4 cards, if you do a 4-column layout in MyListing without CSS, it looks a little wonky. Custom verified badge within listing package 4. So that's saying package 4, you'll see this badge right here. This is a custom badge color that is assigned. I've got a guide on how to do it. But that's where that color is coming from. So you would need, that's one thing that you would need if you want to change the color of your site. That's something different than this, this accent color you're seeing everywhere. You need to change that. There's a guide for how to easily do that, but that's where that is coming from. It's basically there to demonstrate to show the listing owners what they're going to see on any of their listings that are verified on their site. Okay, moving on down. Pricing page CSS package. There's a light mode and a dark mode. You're looking at the light mode. This is going to be the default. All right, we're going to look at dark mode in a second. Okay, next up, pricing page templates. I've broken down how this page is built. And the reason I really wanted to point this out is because I don't want people to have to waste a download on this necessarily. If you're comfortable with Elementor adding this stuff in, it's not hard, right? It's not hard. But if you want this pre-made, ready to go with the heading in there and the CSS wrapper in there, and then this button, by all means do it. And there's a light and a dark mode version. Okay. If you've got enough downloads available to, on your monthly allowance, go ahead and just do it, I would say. Up to you there. All right. To complete the overall solution, as of now, ignore this, but the WooCommerce products is what gives you this contents inside here. That's how it's built. WooCommerce products gives you the name of the package, the price, all of this stuff. All right. I wrap with CSS, the check marks and this plan features link and all of that's done with CSS. So if you change the accent color within your theme options, it's all going to dynamically change, which we will look at here in a little bit. So that's really, really cool. All right. Other than that, it's that pricing table switcher that completes the solution along with this canvas color scheme CSS package, which is a free download. All right. So that's how this front facing pricing page is built. All right. So let's quickly look at the design and then we'll look at the add listing page. Again, pricing switcher at the top to show people switch to annual, save 20% or whatever. That's text is easily changed. Then obviously you can see the design here, and then we'll look at this to see how the response is. Got laptop, yeah, looks good. Mobile, yep, looks good. And then let's see, we've got an iPad here, that looks good. All right, so mobile responsiveness is there. And then we've got a button down here that leads to, that's a different topic for a different video for another day, but a different page. But there you go. Okay, so now let's jump over to the add listing page. As you can see, it's pretty much identical. All right. So let's go back to the build notes and let's break this page down. A lot of it's overlap because again, these pages are so identical. There's a lot of overlap, but there's a little bit of a nuance here. Okay. So the add listing page, I created an add listing page that looks nearly identical to the Canvas front facing pricing pages. Leveraging the power of WP Codebox, I already went through that. You can now customize all of these pages independently. Adjusting the add listing flow content is impossible without custom development or a plugin like Local Translate. What I mean by that, up here, looking at the theme demo, we see choose a package. All right. The only way that you can change that wording is with custom development or with a plugin like Local Translate. So what I did is I went in, let's go back to the add listing page. I went in to Local Translate, and there's a guide for how to use Local Translate on the club too. And I translated the theme. English is the language that I build in. So I just select that language. I did a search for choose a package. All right. Choose that text. And this is how that's done. I wrap the top title, this one right here, in a CSS class. And I wrap the start for free, the subtitle. So this right here, I wrap that in a CSS class. And then in the CSS packages, long story short, without getting too nerdy, is I assign the same design as I do here, the same output that Elementor outputs, the same CSS. All right, so this is going to be identical font sizes, everything, okay, between those two pages. But that's how that's done. Local Translate is the winner there, okay? I use Local Translate free and included. It's a free plugin, but it's, you know, it's obviously included in the starter site to change all of that. So I just went through all of that. Okay. Add listing page highlights. Again, all this is identical stuff as the pricing page, which is the goal. Add listing page template. No template is required. Perform the following steps and you're good to go. You just create your page, edit it with Elementor, add in this widget that's already included with the theme, specify your listing types within that widget, and you're good to go. You don't need to download an add listing page template. All right. Add listing page CSS package. Again, just like the pricing page, there's going to be a light and a dark mode. Submit form CSS package will come later. And same thing here. You're going to need the WooCommerce products packages, light or dark mode, and the pricing table switcher and the free color scheme. A lot of overlap here, but there's a lot. It seems like there's just a lot of overlap, which there is. But there's a lot of flexibility too with WP Code Box that assign unique styling to each of these pages. All right. Okay, so let's look at the design of this add listing page here. So largely the same, but there are some nuances here. You'll see we hide the buttons on the front-facing pricing page because we want to use this Get Started button to get them into the add listing flow. We can't have them selecting buttons here. It's just going to get them in a loop, right? So we hide those buttons. We get them into this Get Started page. So on the add listing page, we do want those buttons exposed. We need them to click on those and add a package, right? So those buttons are there. Now, what if they already own a package? You already own this package. So if they click on that, this is custom designed, all right? This is not how it's going to look out of the box, okay? And then let's switch over to annual. You already own this package. This is custom design, not this way out of the box. Okay. I wanted to bring that to your attention. Again, the responsiveness is in there. It's the exact same stuff, which is, again, the goal is for this to all be cohesive, right? Okay. So that is that. I think that's all I need to show you there. Let me flip over to dark mode. Quickly before I do that though, you'll notice here, you see the slug up the top here, add a listing. Your add listing page, this is a side note, it doesn't matter. It can have any slug at once. I think MyListing defaults to add dash listing with their demos. This can be whatever you want. You just got to make sure you have the right widget that I pointed out earlier on this page. It'd be whatever slug that you want it to be. Okay, that's getting a little outside of what we're doing here. But if you look here at the slug, this is the question mark equals text is dynamic. It means test is the name of the listing type. That's what we're going to use with our submit form. That's another video for another time, but I'm going to be able to demonstrate how your submit form can be completely customized different. Whereas before, like I alluded to earlier, like they were kind of commingled together. So it was more difficult. You had to exclude certain things, add certain things, and it gets a bit messy. But now we can keep all three of those snippets separate. So if you look in the back end here in WP Code Box, you'll see right here, you got a pricing page, add listing page, and a submit form. And that submit form will be designed later. I'll do another video for that. But that's totally unique to this starter site and all starter sites going forward, okay? Really cool stuff. All right, so let's flip over to dark mode. I'm going to show you just how easy it is to do that. So new also with this starter site is folders. So I've created folders, keep everything nice and tidy so you know what everything is. I went back through every other starter site. I did the same thing there. So what we need to do is we need to flip from light mode. So let's expand that folder. We're going to toggle off global light mode, pricing page, and add listing page. We're going to toggle off those CSS snippets. We're going to go into our dark mode folder and just toggle on those same ones, but they're in dark mode. Okay, just that easy. We are now in dark mode. You don't need another plugin or anything like that to configure. Nothing. It's ready to go. Okay. There we go. Now, this doesn't look right because it actually requires a slight bit of work, which I'm going to bring this up here, pricing page, dark mode. This template is available, as I pointed out earlier. But if you're building it yourself and you saw what I just showed you, you just fix it. You just change the heading color and off you go, or you download this dark mode template. But for the purposes of this video, I went ahead and created a dark mode page to show you how it's actually going to look. And this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so all the same stuff. It's just now in dark mode. Pretty cool, right? Everything else is the same. Responsiveness, all of that is the same. Okay, let's look now at the add listing page. Let's refresh this page. There we go. Toggle looks good. Let's look at these you already own. That's all custom design. Cool. Let's look at annual. Bring that up. There we go. That's all custom design. Everything looks great. I don't think there's anything else I need to show you on that. I want to show you the unique design now that you can do on the submit form. This is coming, but I wanted to like get you like excited about this. All right. So you've got the front facing pricing page. You've got the add listing page. All right. Now here is the assuming that you're already in. Let's go here. This is the add listing page with the listing type selected. You see right here. Now, again, I have not designed the submit form yet, so ignore what the design looks like. It's going to be changed. But my point is this, you see how the pricing page has a black background and the add listing page has a black background? I'm going to show you. So let's go back into our WP code box. And now I'm going to toggle on submit form dark mode. Okay. This only targets the submit form. All right. Now I am changing the background of just this page to be our accent color just for fun, for something to try. Okay. So let's go back here and let's refresh. Boom. Just that fast. We've changed our background there. And we see if I refresh this, it has not affected these pages. All right. Really, really cool stuff. And then let's say you want to adjust the add listing page to be something unique. You just change one thing here. Let's do, blue here. If your accent color, I won't go get into that right now. Let me get my keyboard worked out here. We'll just say blue here. We'll do blue violet. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to show you just how easy it is to assign a unique background color to just the add listing page. Okay. So here's that. So we've got the background there. We have not impacted our front facing pricing page, and we have not affected our submit form. So this proves that now with WP Codebox and how this is set up, you can individually style all three of these pages however you want. Really cool, right? All right, let me go back in here. I'm going to put this stuff back. Okay, so that's good to go. And let's go back into the submit form, and that's good to go. Okay, so now here's a really cool feature. All right, so we're back where we started. Let me refresh all of these here and refresh this one. Okay, so we've got our pricing page, add listing, and submit form. Now, this is where some of the real magic comes in. Whether you're getting the CSS snippets from, and putting them in individually, or let's say you buy the starter site, right? Okay, I hand this off to you, I deliver it, you've got the starter site. You come in here and you say, oh, my branding is green. You come in here, you change your accent color, and watch this. Boom. You see, almost everything changes to green. Now, there's a couple caveats. Again, I mentioned this earlier, the verified badge needs to be changed. It's an SVG. It needs to manually be edited. I've got a guide on how to do it. It's a 3-minute job, 5-minute job, depending on your skill level. It's super simple. Okay. This button is coming from Elementor and your global colors. So this, whatever you do, you set that up for your branding, this will be automatically updated. All right. But everything is set up, ready to go. Let's do our add listing page. Boom. That's ready to go. All you need to do is adjust that verified tick color. All right. And the submit form, that's not designed yet. So there's nothing for me to show you there. It is pulling in the accent color. So I guess I could show you that. There you go. But Really, really cool stuff. And then down the line, you change your mind and you say, oh man, I want to do orange or whatever. Do that. Go back here. Boom. Just that simple. Really, really cool stuff. That is one of the main goals. The reason I'm building and calling this what I'm calling it canvas. It's a blank canvas. It's very turnkey. Take it, make it what you want really, really quickly. That is the goal. And this is just the beginning of this, what I have envisioned for this site. So stay tuned. Hope you loved this video. And yeah, catch you on the next one.